I'm a scrappy, super scrappy kid from Brooklyn. I used to take my lunch money. I told this story last night.
You got to tell the lollipop story.
Yeah, I told this story last night. My mom was real proud.
Yeah. Listen, that's a great line.
Yeah. So my mom used to give me a $5 bill every day for lunch. And I grew up here in New York City where they let you out for lunch. So you'd get to go and spend that $5 at, any of the little restaurants around the school. But I would actually spend that money before I got to school. I would stop at the corner bodega and buy a bag of lollipops. So 30 lollipops in a bag. I'd pay the $5. I'd bring them to school. And in the hallways, I would sell them each for $1.
Love that.
So like when you think about that from a business perspective, I spent $5. I made $30. That's a 500% return on investment.
Yeah.
And I'm 12 years old and I learned. Right?
I love it. You said for a business.
It's like my first real oh wow. If you build something in the white space, and it has to be something that people want, though, right? It can't just be anything. But if you build something in the white space that people want, there's an opportunity for success.
Right.
There. You still have to execute. You still have to do it well. But there's an opportunity. And as I've carried that through my career, I've been able to do that. So the last business I had was a portfolio of rock climbing gyms.
Yeah.
5 here in New York City, actually one down in Philadelphia. And we scaled that, grew it, and then eventually sold it to a private equity firm.
Wow.
And then I shared this with you a little bit too, but I also have done the same thing, identified a white space and built technology in the sports youth coaching world.
I know. I got to have you on again to talk about that because I really need you. I need to go back and do that because I am just so intrigued about that.
Yes.
Being a former coach and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So did, coaching behavioral analytics and, identified a white space and have seen a lot of success with that. So this to me was essentially the same thing. I identified a white space, built something that people would want to use. And I think the organic growth within the last 6 days just goes and shows
you were right. Yeah.
The demand is here.
Yeah.